so sad I have to leave New York, but I'm coming back soon. I'm on my way to Italy now. Thought that maybe I might shoot a little Q&A while I'm flying, while I'm traveling. So if you have any questions for me, just leave them in the comments below and I will answer you in the sky. Is it ever awkward to film in public places? Sometimes, but not really. They're asking me if it's ever awkward filming in public places. It's not awkward, is it?
Never.
This guy's so nice. He's not judging me. Do you know what I think? And this goes for any time you're worried about what others might think of you. Do you value these people? Strangers in the street, classmates, colleagues, strangers on social media. Do you value their opinion more than your heart, more than your dreams? Because at the end of my life, the person who saw me talking to a camera in public won't remember that moment. But I will remember whether I've lived a life full of adventures and dreams I've taken risks to achieve, or whether I've been paralyzed my whole life by other people thinking for just a fleeting moment, oh, that girl's kind of weird. If you know you love something and you're not hurting anyone, don't be ashamed of being passionate. People like us who know what we love are the lucky ones. Okay, so Derek Herbert 10 says, will you marry me? Derek, I will check out your profile and consider it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump in the shower, but I just thought I'd answer a couple of your questions. Let's see. If you could choose a place to go right now, any place in the world, which one would you pick? And what would be the first thing you'd do if you could choose anything you want to? That's kind of easy. I would actually be going to the place I'm going and doing what I'm doing. Italy, filming. Let's see what else. In which country do you want to grow old and why? I love what you do. Thank you. Which country do you want to grow old and why? Do you know what? I would love to, I don't know, I feel like, I don't think it really matters. To me, the most important thing is to be with someone that I love and have a family around me, and that's really all that matters. I could make a life in any country. Hello, which editing software do you use? Do you use another software for color grading? Thank you, Kylie Flavel. I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and I taught myself to edit on Final Cut, but I prefer Premiere Pro, and I color grade within Premiere Pro, and I use lots of RGB curves. I got myself a little taxi. When you're very old and grey, how would you like to remember your life, and how would you like others to remember you? How do you find your life's purpose, and how would you define it? I guess I would like just to bring people some happiness and to remind them that the world's not an awful place. In fact, it's a beautiful place, and remind them of the beauty in humanity and in other people. I know that sounds grandiose, but can you hear me? That's what I love doing, and that's what I feel like I'm trying to do with my films at the moment. Did you see La Grande Bellezza? Of course I did. In fact, I wrote a whole article about it. The great beauty, amazing. The shot at the end, like where the camera's just floating over the river. It's one of my favorite shots in cinema. Got a bit of time before we board, so let's answer another question. Do you ever think about settling down? I know you live the dream life of traveling the world, doing what you love, but are you making plans to settle down in the future? Yes, I mean, I think if I met the right person, if I fell in love and we got married, absolutely, I would love to settle down. I'm very domestic. I love cooking, I love making a home, and I love living with a partner. So yeah, if I got lucky, that would be part of my dream. Kylie, did you ever think about making a big film? Yes, in fact, I'm writing one at the moment, and I'm hoping to get it made very soon. What were your favorite and least favorite things to do when visiting New York? Favorite things. I mean, the live music that was on every single night. Can you hear me? Probably not. maybe it's better here. The jazz, the live music every night until like 5 a.m. Amazing. My least favorite, probably getting coffee, like American coffee, very weak, and I'm used to Italian coffee, so I had to search to find espresso in proper cafes. I found in a lot of places they just had the normal coffee, but I should probably get used to that type of coffee instead of like this addiction with Italian espresso that I have developed over the years of living in Italy. Would you like to get married? To you or just in general? Yes, of course I'd like to get married. What is your favorite Italian word? That's really hard. That's very hard.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an international flight. We do need all passengers to have their passports out and open to the
I think I've got to go. They're calling me. What voice recording device do you use? And also, you're an amazing storyteller, by the way. Thank you, Doggy C. You know what? Sometimes when I started off and I couldn't afford a lot of recording equipment, I just used my iPhone and use the voice notes, and you go underneath your doona, your blanket, or inside like a wardrobe, a cupboard, and that sort of like cuts out all the ambient sound, and you get quite a good recording. And then you can just send it to yourself. That's what I like about recording on the phone. You can just finish, send it to yourself, email it, and the quality is not so bad, unlike this iPhone quality, which is a little bit crazy. Yeah, otherwise I use a lot of Rode mics, lapel mics, so that works too. But you know what? Like, the most important thing is just to not be in a big room. You really want to sort of trap yourself in a tiny little small space. And actually, I've got a funny video about that. I might insert it here.
So it's the last day filming the 60-second chef. I've just got to go down to the supermarket. What the hell?
No, we are on air. We're on air in the recording studio. Can't you see the light?
Oh my god.
You seem to have enjoyed your time in New York, Kylie. When are you going to give Toronto a whirl? Vince, I've been to Toronto. I went there a couple of years ago for a press tour for TLN. I should be going back there soon, maybe this year. We'll see, but I love Canada. Do you have any water? Okay, I made it now to the toilets in London. This is just like a little tour of the bathrooms of the world. I'm really quite tired now, but on the home run, about to catch a flight from London to Rome. And speaking of Italy, Shia Bells asked, how long did it take for you to learn Italian? How do the locals treat you? I don't know, because it's hard to say, but I would say generally I find I can pick up a language in about 3 months. I know when I moved to Spain, I moved to Barcelona, and I picked up the language in order to be able to have like friendships and relationships and work, and I picked that up in 3 months. But in order to get to a point where you really feel like you can be sarcastic and have subtext and all the rest of it, I mean, I think you definitely need a year. In terms of how the locals treat me, I have been embraced by Italians. Italians are just so welcoming, and yeah, I feel really at home there. It's strange. I actually feel more at home in Italy than I do in Australia, and yeah, I think, I don't know, there's a lot of parts of my personality which are quite traditional, and so I like living in a culture that has that much history and tradition. Okay, I'm going to go and get some espresso, and hopefully I can be a little bit more animated for the next questions. Maybe we do one more. Okay, this one is a long one. Hey Kylie, absolutely love your videos. Here's something I've always wondered about. How is it that you managed to find a way to really connect with the local people wherever you go? What would you suggest one do to pull themselves away from the tourist attractions, wander off the beaten path, explore, really understand the culture, find those truly intimate moments in life? I am so glad that you are seeking this, because this is what I always go after, and this is what I try to put into my videos. So I'm glad that that is what you're seeking. So she also goes on to say, is it more to do with doing your research before going there, learning the language, knowing someone who lives there? No, you absolutely don't need to know someone who lives there. I rarely know someone. I often arrive in a country and I'm just completely anonymous. Knowing the language, I mean, it helps, but it's not necessary. But it's always good, I think, to learn please and thank you and sorry. Those are my my 3 top words that I try to learn. And then following your gut and your instinct and seeing where it takes you. This is absolutely how I travel. I think that the most important thing sometimes is to not be too restricted by a plan, and to just be open to meeting someone or having your plans change. If you sort of have like a list of monuments to go and see, sometimes you might get a little bit stressed or anxious if someone sort of stops to chat to you and starts, an old man starts telling you his life story. You sort of feel like a bit stressed because you think, oh, I've got to see all these other monuments. But if you have less packed into your day, I guess it allows you that flexibility to sort of just stop and chat to people. And as you know, if you've watched my videos, that's something that I love to do. You say, she says, is there some secret ingredient to really connecting with the place you're in? I have a passion for travel, but not just to be in a place, but to really experience it. What suggestions do you have? By the way, have fun on the Amalfi Coast. Look forward to more awesome videos. What a sweetheart. Yeah, a lot of people ask me this. A lot of people ask, how do you make friends? And there is no secret to it. I think that people can see in your eyes if you have a love or a curiosity about their culture, and I feel like they pick up on that. So even if you're struggling with the language, even if you're not the same age, or you have ostensibly nothing in common, you can pick up when someone, when a stranger or foreigner comes into your country and they have that look in their eyes that says, I want to learn about how you live. And I have found that always works for me, and people are quite receptive, because I think you can sense it. You can pick up when someone is respectful of a new place. One of the things I found in all of my travels is that you can't be afraid of eating alone. I think that sometimes if you're walking alone, people assume that you're on your way to meet someone, a friend, a lover, a whatever, maybe even you're busy with work. When you're sitting in a restaurant or a cafe alone, even just getting a drink if you don't want to have a whole meal, then people feel less intimidated, and they think, oh, well, this person is clearly a solo traveler, and maybe they are open to having a conversation. And so then they'll come up to you, or the waiter will make time to chat with you. And although it can be intimidating, because let's face it, it is easier to sit down in a restaurant and have a meal with company. I think it generally pays off, because people feel that you're more approachable, because they say, oh, look at that poor lonely girl sitting and eating a pizza by herself. But yeah, I would recommend it, because also then other travelers as well, maybe other travelers see you and say, oh, that person is perhaps open to a conversation. I just got in trouble. They're like, you need to get to the gate a little bit before. I couldn't tell him I was in the toilet making a vlog, could I? But going home to Rome, home to Italy, what a lovely thing to say. So lucky. Up 5 flights of stairs, but I'm home in Rome, in Italy. I got these 2 videos from 2 very beautiful women, and I'm so grateful to you both for taking the time to share your feelings with me. The first one is from Sweden.
Hey Kylie, this is your Swedish follower. I hope everything is well with you. I just wanted to take the time to thank you for being such a huge inspiration to me. I find your videos truly inspiring. They're so colorful, they're so creative, they're so vivid, really. One of my favorite videos is the one where you talk about how to learn a foreign language without actually going to the foreign country. It makes me want to continue with my French. And also the video where you talk about introverts and sensitive people. I could relate to so many things you were saying. And it made me look at my own qualities in a different perspective, in a more positive way. So please continue to do what you do. You are the best.
Now the second one, a lot of you might be able to relate to just that moment when your dream is not going according to plan and you feel like giving up. And this one comes all the way from Casablanca.
Hi Kylie, this is a super spontaneous, natural message because I'm sick in my bed in Casablanca, following my dreams as you did when you went to Italy for the first time, but it's very hard. I thought a production company gave me an opportunity and then everything is stuck, so I found the energy to go to another production company which looks more professional. They said yes, they said they can work with me in September when I'll come back from Spain. But I'm a bit afraid because things didn't work out this time that I came to Casablanca with the other production company. I put a lot of passion, so I felt stuck, and now I just feel like I don't have energy and I need your wisdom. What should I do?
I feel for you, I really do, because I know exactly how that feels. I mean, I think I've been there at that exact spot, like sick, rejected, not knowing where to turn or what to do or whether to give up. And you feel like giving up is the only option because you've been trying for so long to make things work. Look, I think if I had my time again, I wouldn't spend so much time pursuing these networks or these production companies and trying to get on broadcast television. As much as we revere it and it seems like a big deal, there is not as much money as there used to be in that world, and so you can work really hard for many years, and then they expect you to just accept a very, very low price. So I would say just put your series on YouTube. If I had my time again, I would have started on YouTube a lot earlier. To be fair, I did have another YouTube channel and I was putting stuff out there when I was making stuff with Patrick, and we weren't getting any views. And I guess it was quite soul-destroying because you work so hard and you get nothing and it's slow. I know that you have an amazing concept, hunting for husbands around the world. I think it's super cute and very engaging. I know it's hard, honey. I really, my heart goes out to you because I feel your pain, but keep going because you are talented, and YouTube is a way that you can at least find an audience that will spur you on, like I have been lucky enough to find. It seems almost counterintuitive if you have work or a concept that people are willing to pay for and then you decide to just put it out to the world for free. It doesn't seem right, but at least for me, I would advocate going down that path because you just can't put a price on creative independence. Then you don't have to deal with all the draining conflict and politics and all the legal stuff and trying to make sure you're not being taken advantage of. I mean, with all the TV shows that I did, I had such legal dramas. It was really, really draining. But it was a great experience. So sometimes you've just got to put it down to saying, look, this is a part of the journey. This is a part of learning how not to be taken advantage of. And as a creative person, you absolutely have to learn that lesson at some point the hard way. I wish you all the best. For everybody that's asking, yes, there is a boxing episode coming up from Brooklyn. I'm just going to head back to New York and get some drone shots. It's a great Positano episodes. I'm going to the Cannes Film Festival this weekend. There's so much coming up. I've had some problems with my drones, so that's why I haven't been droning recently, but I'm trying to get that sorted. I hope you will keep watching and stay tuned for more adventures. Thank you. Buonanotte.